have better tracking of our inventory. Um, we'll be able to more quickly find issues when they come up for us, like production not running the way it should and stuff like that, and have our reports done on a faster basis to improve the decision making.
Where you see the company going? Certainly, as you said, saturation of the local market is a big thing for you. You've now put these systems in place. You built out the new cold room. You're putting in the new resource planning software. What next for Creamy?
Well, honestly, we're very focused on the short term right now.
Yes.
As I said, the software went live Wednesday of this week. We expect the cold room to be up in the next 2 weeks. Um, uh, Beyond that, just we're hoping that the new code will help us to expand the rate of introduction of new products into the market. So we want to expand our portfolio from just ice cream and stick line and cake, and continue to expand the portfolio stuff that we offer to the market.
You want to tell us about any of those new product ideas?
Well, we don't really have. No, I don't really. Everything's in the prep stage right now.
But all right. So when we look, and you did mention the hotel sector.
Yes.
That's a sector that largely has been supplied by international person. You know, how are we seeing that sector? Is there scope for growth for you in that sector?
Certainly, there's scope for growth. We designed a product specifically for them. It's done better than we expected. Once again, I don't think we're meeting the demand that's for the product now.
Okay.
And we're hoping that once the cold room is up and going, it'll help us meet that demand. Yeah.
Expansion in that product line.
Sure.
And certainly, so therefore, we're looking for growth over the next year, 2 years, but even more growth for Creamy.
Yeah, Carrying Cream, I think, has a proven track record of growth that we're going to continue.
In terms of your costs and so on, are you seeing, well, certainly you're in manufacturing. It has been challenging for manufacturers operating out of Jamaica. What are the things that you think would help to improve the sector, manufacturing sector, and certainly make it even better for your company?
Well, policies. The fiscal policy that the government has had for, and that's not from both parties that they've put in, has been a boon for the manufacturing sector. Interest rates previously were all kind of above 10, and and seeing interest rates around 7.5 has been a boon. So that's been good for us. I think we need to look at energy independence. Some sort of a policy that would help with the uptick of adoption of solar energy, for instance, would be beneficial for us. The business runs on, ROI, return on investment, and payback periods. So the government can figure out ways for us for more take up of stuff, of new technology that would benefit the country, such as solar.
And it would feed back through to the government coffers because we're talking about whether through GCT, whether through income tax, more people being employed, corporate profit, tax on corporate profits. So helping manufacturers would certainly help the GDP numbers and the government coffers.
Sure. Also, from a workforce force point of view, um, the unemployment rate in Jamaica is the lowest it's ever been. And while we can all agree that's a good thing, um, at some point I think we're going to need to start looking at ways in which we can increase the workforce of the country.
Increase the
The workforce.
workforce. Top.
Yes. Well, quite frankly, I think we're going to have to start open up with the possibilities of bringing people from outside
in.
of Jamaica to work. Once again, the unemployment rate being as low as it is a very good thing. But we'll have to be. But for continued growth, we need a workforce.
That's an interesting point you're making. So unemployment numbers are down, and you're saying one of the things that we need to look at now is increasing the workforce. Of course, we need to increase the skill sets of the current workforce. That's one thing, so there are two things that I see. Certainly, the unemployment numbers down may cause a rise in costs of labor on the one hand.
Yeah, I think that is happening. Which once again, I think that's a good thing for the country as a whole. And we need to have training. So the program that they have with Heart, I think, is undoubtedly a good thing. For people to up their skill set and frankly up their pay. I think there's a need out there for skilled workers, and the more people get trained, the more skilled workers we'll have.
So we're actually facing a challenge then, as a country, and your suggestion about bringing in workers may come to the fore even quicker, because we have been largely, certainly through a couple of the programs, the farm work program, the hotel work program, and even through migration, we've been actually exporting.
We've been exporting labor. Yeah, we've been exporting labor for many years, and things change. I think we can reach out to the diaspora, for example, and say the employment base for Jamaica has improved. Maybe now's the time to come home.
And so what we need is more investments locally to drive to ensure that we don't end up in a crisis situation.
Yes, so we need to invest more in training and whatnot, and we also have to frankly look at opening up the possibility of bringing people from outside Jamaica. Yeah.
That's an interesting point. Where would we look to?
I'm not an expert at that. I do not know. So I'm afraid I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, no problem. Caribbean Cream. The company has grown. So you've listed on the market, and you've watched the company grow. We've recently saw General Accident graduated from the junior market, and they've moved up to the main market.
Okay.
Is there any possibilities, maybe 5-10 years down the road, that Caribbean Cream could get that big?
I mean, the possibilities are out there for sure, right? There is the possibility of moving to the main market. Um, I think as a company, our goal should be to increase sales, increase um, in income, and if that leads us to graduate into the main market, so be it.
And for you, the journey has certainly been a good one. It's something that you'd say to other persons, other manufacturers, other entrepreneurs looking to raise capital to grow their business. The stock
I,
market is a good area.
yeah, I cannot recommend it enough, honestly. The junior market, which is my experience, I can't recommend that enough. It the access to funds to grow your business is a gigantic leap. Um, and understand the hesitancy for family-owned businesses to get into it, but it grows the business.
That's the other question I wanted to ask. As we look at junior market, when you make the step, not just junior market, but listing on a whole, it basically asks you to open up your business for inspection, you know, by
Correct.
the regular Joe investment person.
Correct. And I would encourage. I think that's one of the main reasons people don't do it. I would encourage everybody to, just from my experience, it's not bad. It's not the added scrutiny on your company. I think helps, right? You go to the AGM, they ask quick, pointed questions of you, and they might realize stuff that you never thought of, and you learn things, right? And the process of putting together a board, it brings knowledge base into your company that you didn't have before. So uh, I think a little scrutiny isn't a bad thing.
So formalization isn't a bad thing then.
No, no, no. I do not think it's a bad thing. I think from a family perspective, Cabin Cream is still a family business, even though it's
Publicly
a
listed.
publicly listed company and going on the junior exchange doesn't change that.
That's a good way to look at it. As we look to wrap this interview, Chris, what would you like to leave on the minds of investors looking at Caribbean Cream, looking at the business and saying, hey, this is a stock that I want to watch? What do you think you want to leave on the minds of the viewers?
Um, I would like to leave on them that Cabin Cream is a place that I think you can safely park your in investment. I think we are we have good plans for the company going forward. We're a very growth minded place. People often say when people from abroad come in to service the equipment and whatever, they always notice that the place doesn't look the same as it was last time. It's never the same. So it's continually going, continually trying to do better.
All right, thank you very much, Christopher. Christopher Clarke sitting with us and chatting about junior market company Caribbean Cream. Of course, a company that has been growing significantly since being listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. As a matter of fact, they've only made 1 year that they had a loss, and that was in 2022, you know, coming out of the pandemic and the challenging times. But they've quickly rebounded and are once again on the growth path. But as we always say here on Let's Talk Stocks, we give you information to make better financial decisions. Come back with us. Tomorrow morning at 9, we'll have another insightful program lined up for you.